for coming to our pop-up talk this morning on Spring's 5 Biggest Eyewear Trends with Erinn Morgan and Eyecare Business. So without anything else, we're just going to turn it on over and see what we got this year.
Thank you. Hi everybody, my name is Erinn Morgan and I am the editor-in-chief of Eyecare Business magazine, and you guys have some copies of Eyecare Business around. We are a monthly trade publication for the eyewear industry. We go out to opticians and optometrists and ophthalmologist offices in this industry, and we cover fashion trends and retail trends and business trends and things like how to run your social media and how to buy product and what are the different trends of the season. So we are today going to cover spring's 5 biggest fashion trends as they relate to apparel, and then tying in eyewear into that. So showing how the eyewear fits into the fashion trends for the season. So first of all, I just wanted to cover, why should you care about fashion trends for your business? You know, what is that? Why is that important? And I'm going to start off with a quote from one of my favorite designers, Marc Jacobs. And he once said, "The customer is the final filter. What survives the whole process is what people wear. I'm not interested in making clothes that end up in some dusty museum." So the important thing is to have products that people are going to wear and actually enjoy and really be able to use, but that are also fashion forward. From a product perspective, no doubt the goal in your dispensary is to increase business and to deliver an excellent mix of eyewear products that appeal to your patients. We do a lot of research at Eyecare Business, and we do kind of a frame study every year. And we found in our recent frame focus group survey that eyecare professionals rank frame styling as the second most important feature when buying products. So frame styling, this was out of a list of many different things, at least 10 different things. Frame styling was number 2. And the first, just in case you're interested, the first one was construction quality, and the third one that ranked after styling is performance. So, and fashion in general in the apparel industry, it's a $1.2 trillion a year global industry with more than $250 billion spent annually in the US alone on fashion. Fashion trends drive sales, and from everything from eyewear to evening gowns. So it's a really important part of what you do. In addition, eyewear is really coming of age in the fashion world. We see a lot of runway looks coming down the runway with eyewear more than ever before. As an example, in the recent Gucci runway show, 40 out of the 75 looks featured eyewear. In addition, a recent study found that 59% of American women seek fashionable, trendy items when shopping. So that's, a huge percentage of your customers that really do want fashion. So style and trends matter, and they can make a direct impact on your business. Okay, so one thing before we get to our trend boards and our modeling, I just wanted to ask kind of who is here. Could you please raise your hand if you're an optician? Hi, Teddy. And could you please raise your hand if you're an optometrist? And please raise your hand if you're an office manager or a member of your staff that deals with purchasing products. Awesome, welcome. So first I want to introduce our associate editor, Carrie Ann Ramo. She's awesome, and she handles all of our new product coverage in the magazine, and all of our celebrity style that we post every month in the magazine, and as well as she does this awesome thing called Hot List every month, and she surveys opticians and optometrist offices to see what are the best-selling frames within a certain category. So maybe it's kids, maybe it's adults, maybe it's women's, but looking at that, and that's a great resource that we have. And then next, I'd like to introduce Anna Kondracheva. Did I get that right? Yes, she's from Wilhelmina Models, and she's going to model some of the eyewear that all of the eyewear that we brought along for this fashion trends presentation. So that will help illustrate the different trends that we're going to cover. So Anna will walk around while I talk about the different trends. So I'm just going to pull up the trend boards. Thank you. Okay, so our first fashion trend that we're going to cover is floral fantasy. Yes, so you could walk around, that'd be great, and then everybody can see. So So this is a phenomenal frame. We just featured this in our fashion shoot, in our March issue. And it's a Jimmy Choo frame that features these gorgeous crystals on the exterior, on the top there, and this amazing brow bar. And it is right in line with the floral fantasy trend for sure. So the second frame is a Miu Miu sunglass that has multi-layered acetate on it. If you get a closer look at it, you'll really see it. It gives the effect of petals on a flower. It's really, really beautiful. So the floral story this season is really whimsical, it's punchy, it's really super fun. We've got, it's from dresses to gowns to blazers to everything. Designers sent lots of floral prints down the runway, and some of it was really fun, mixed with fruit and cartoonish shapes and all kinds of crazy wallpaper florals. And as you can see on the trend board here, these are from Dolce & Gabbana on the top, and they just really illustrate this trend, and then the eyewear that follows suit with it. And this is another shot on the bottom here from our recent fashion shoot that we did for our March issue, and that we featured the floral trend in there as well. And we featured a lot of these frames that we're showing here today. So this pair that she's modeling is a beautiful pink oversized cat eye in acetate from the Just Cavalli line. And pink obviously is one of the season's hottest colors as well, and it obviously complements the floral trend very well. And the second frame that she'll show you is a plastic and metal combination sunglass with an all-over floral print from Kate Spade by Safilo. And we're very honored to have Eden from Safilo here today to join us. So designers showed a lot of florals on the runway, but how does that tie in to eyewear? So this very distinct trend kind of takes into eyewear, and as you can see on this, we've got floral prints all over, really, really pretty. A lot of pinks, a lot of floral shaped things on the frames, just mimicking kind of the floral look. And it's inspired by a garden palette. So according to Harper's Bazaar this season, I like this quote too, for spring, that means big, bold, graphic, and colorful from the runways of Balenciaga, Gucci, and more. Think slim errands for the Insta generation with the floral fantasy. So our next trend is super fun. It is sheer and cutout. So I'm sure you guys have all seen the cold shoulder look that has been so popular for the past season or two. These are really great frames. These are kind of really cut out in metal. I mean, it's amazing the work on here from Dolce & Gabbana in silver metal with intricate cutouts on the frames. And then the second pair she'll show is a sheer transparent acetate sunglass by Swarovski. And his frame has a lens set within a translucent green acetate that is really sheer. It just makes it look like kind of an extension of the lens. So sheer ensembles grace the runway, as you can see here from Elie Saab. Gorgeous sheer skirts, sheer tops, and cutouts kind of across things in sheer. The sheer trend is, some things are very, very sheer and some things are wearable sheer. So you might see hints of sheer on things. But we're definitely seeing that related to eyewear in the transparent look that we're seeing in eyewear. And then in terms of the cutout look, Anna's got a gorgeous pair of Fendi frames from Safilo. And these are really, really special because they have kind of a cutout look on the top. And they also have, the lens is painted. It's kind of a painted on lens. And Safilo, I wanted to mention this because Safilo just bought this incredible lens factory called Lenti in Italy. And they have really amazing capabilities to create high-tech lenses now, and they're doing a lot of fun printing on lenses that, and hand painting and things like that. It's really bringing a whole new element of fashion to the frames because now the lenses are coming into play. So the cutouts on here, you can see on the trend board, we're seeing kind of cutouts, across the dress and then like slashes down the side. And then this was a pair of frames from Mito. We were just in Milan at the Mito show and saw these great cutout metal frames. So we're even seeing this trend in metal as well as acetate. So the second pair that she's wearing is Roberto Cavalli from Marcolin. And they have crystal accents. They're a little harder to see if you look a little more closely, but they have kind of a cutout shape on the top, and that has crystal accents on the top as well. And we've been seeing a lot of this kind of cutout and almost like an outlining trend on frames at the show this weekend, and that is even extending into men's frames as well. Kind of an outlining look on like a crystal frame, like black outlining the frame. So again, with this trend in eyewear, we're seeing translucent, see-through colors like crystal clear and crystal colors from blues to pinks, and then styles with actual cutouts on the acetate frame or metal, and then even kind of the frame within a frame look lends that kind of cutout look as well. So our third trend is pink thinking. And pink is such a huge color. It kind of started in the winter a little bit, but it's really taking off for spring, and it's such a great fit. And these frames are a gorgeous pair of aviators in a gold metal with rose-colored lenses from Tom Ford, and really beautiful look that just kind of is very classic, but very pretty. And then the second pair she'll wear is a fuchsia pink modified cat eye from Vogue, which is from Luxottica. We saw lots of pink frames popping up at the show this weekend, and the pink colors range. There's a lot of rose gold. There's a lot of all different colors of pink, from like really popping bubblegum pinks to just really soft muted pinks, almost like a gray pink as well. So in terms of the runway, you know, we've got all kinds of fun things like pink feathers, pink satin, you know, really bright, kind of hot pinks. This is another shot from our fashion shoot that we did for our March issue. And that is a Christian Roth frame on there that has just really gorgeous pink glitter as well on there. And this is a frame on the bottom, so you know, maybe your customer doesn't want to wear like an all over pink frame. But this frame on the bottom is from OGI, and it has just some really nice pink accents on the ends of the top, on the cat eye, and then the temple tips as well. And we've got a fun look down here, kind of an all-over pink look from Givenchy on the bottom with kind of a magenta pink dress and magenta pink glasses, sunglasses. Just a note on other colors that are trending. I'm going to talk about white in a minute. But the other trending hues are kind of sorbet shades, so that kind of lends itself to along with the pink trend. And we've got a little sorbet going on here. And then the neutrals are really big. We saw a lot of that at the show in eyewear. So beiges, creams, linen colors, and they complement other colors really nicely. And this is a pink and blue optical frame by Guess from Marcolin. It's a really unusual color combo, but it's really fun and really pretty. Okay, this is one of my favorite trends, the rock and roll chic. So we saw a lot of this on the runway, kind of motorcycle inspired leathers and zippers and all kinds of fun stuff. And Shiana is modeling right now an oversized Versace sunglass with metal cross-hatching and a really modern aviator shape with dark lenses. So for this trend, we're seeing a lot of dark lenses, kind of a more mysterious rock and roll look to it. And the second frame that she'll put on is a black Zyle aviator from Persol. It's kind of part modern, a little bit rock and roll, and part vintage at the same time. So, you know, in terms of the apparel trend, you know, these are more Elie Saab runway photos, which are really gorgeous. And Safalo also has debuted the Elie Saab line, which is so beautiful. But we have, you know, really luxurious in the kind of rocker chic as well, with the metallic leathers, studded leather skirts, and then all these stars. And of course, sheer and cutouts comes into play here too as well. And one thing I love, and it's probably because I'm from Colorado, but I used to live in New York, but now I live in Colorado. And the kind of cowboy, like Americana look is really coming into play in fashion. And we're seeing a lot of Western shirts and Western influences and fringe and, you know, crazy top hats on the runway. So really fun stuff. So this is a John Varvatos sunglass, which has an elevated aviator brow bar and flash mirror lenses. Really great rock and roll look, and of course John Varvatos is really known for his rock and roll vibe. And then the second piece that she'll put on is a very hip take on the aviator style from Christian Dior. And it has, again, the very dark lenses, really beautiful, beautiful shape, very modern, and it has kind of an elevated brow bar wire that channels the cutout look too. So that trend kind of coming into play there as well. So you see how the rock and roll style really flows perfectly into eyewear. It's a really great fit. I love it because it's so easy to wear and it's really fun. And we saw at the show this weekend too, like a lot of leather accents on frames. All over leather or just leather accents, and we saw kind of some really edgy motorcycles inspired styles. Okay, so the last trend is another color trend, and that is white. And you're probably seeing this already in eyewear and in clothing. We're seeing white is appropriate now any time of year, and all white outfits, like a monochrome look, is very, very popular. So the first thing that Anna is modeling is a very hard to miss, wildly oversized sunglass from Prada, and that has a stunning acetate frame embellished with gold accents, and it has kind of these scrolling, swooping temples that also have some gold accents on there. She will also wear, the second pair that she has there is a very light pink sunglass from Carolina Herrera, and that's from Dorigo Rem. It has a very classic shape, but it's kind of amped up with an underlay of crystal, if you can see it when she walks around. It's very, very pretty, and with the white trend, we're seeing kind of accents of color and accents of neutrals in eyewear that kind of really work really well with the white. But in terms of eyewear, we're obviously seeing a lot of white, you know, solid white frames. These are different looks. This is again Christian Roth. This is again Ellie Saab. These are just really beautiful, kind of all over white looks that are really popular right now. So the second batch of frames here, this one is a creamy white sunglass style from Nina Ricci. And that's also from Dorigo Rem. And that has kind of a very feminine, very easy to wear, oversized shape. Really pretty. And the second one that she'll wear is a crystal acetate sunglass from Police. And that has contrasting mauve temples. Really pretty. If you can take a look at them on the sides, they have a lot of glitter on the temples, and again, I'm sure you guys are all seeing this too, but glitter is everywhere, all over frames. We're seeing it in kids' frames, we're seeing it in women's frames. Really fun. It just adds such an easy, fun element to eyewear to wear, and it's very wearable for all age ranges, you know, women really. And that's a super fun style. So we're also seeing kind of, you know, not everybody wants to wear an all white frame, so we're seeing a lot of hits of color, you know, hits of white on color, so black frames with little shots of white, or pink frames with shots of white, and it's even being used as color blocking. So there's color blocking is a big trend for the season in apparel as well, and we're seeing a little bit of that in eyewear too. And the white is a really key element to that as well. I brought you a bonus trend because obviously we're covering lots of women's stuff and the men didn't get really much attention, sorry. But it's really easy to show women's frames. But these, oh, you guys have the, oh, you guys don't have any other frames, okay. So the men's trends really follow the women's trends in a large way. You know, in terms of the white is really, really big. you know, I feel like men, it's almost easier for men to wear all white frames. It's a very hip look. This is from Rag & Bone. Really fun looks. This is John Barbados. So we've got like the rock and roll look is really popular in men's wear and men's eyewear. And that's a super easy trend for men to adopt. And then kind of almost like a retro, you know, very cool 50s kind of style. And then also we saw a lot of nautical coming down the runway for men. So that kind of blue, you know, we've been saying, everybody at the show's been saying blue is the new black this weekend. And we are seeing a lot of blues out there, kind of denim colors for women, as well as kind of more navy for men that ties in with that nautical trend. So thank you very much. That's the end of our trends part of today. And I hope you take away some ideas from here that can really help you in your business. I have one more quote here from one of my people that I really like that I've met in this industry along the way, and that is one of the original supermodels, Lauren Hutton. I had the privilege to meet her a long time ago, and we photographed her for the cover of Eyecare Business many, many years ago. And her quote is also related to this concept of fashion and it being an individual choice and it working for you in your business. Fashion is what you're offered 4 times a year by designers, and style is what you choose. So the idea is that you make your fashion mix in your business your very own, and you know, one that suits your clientele, but one that also suits your own fashion sense that you feel comfortable presenting to them. And that's an idea that we believe, you know, will make you very successful in your business. So thank you guys so much for coming and for listening and watching our little mini fashion show. And we are gonna turn it over to see if anyone has any questions about the trends, would like any more clarification on anything. And we have a little microphone in case does anyone have a question they'd like to ask? Okay, we have a little motivation for questions. So Eyecare Business, about a week ago, we hit 10,000 fans on Facebook, and we were very, very excited about that. And we worked really hard to grow that. We have a very dedicated following, and it's very targeted to opticians and optometrists. And we have really great engagement on our page. And now we're actually past the show, and we're almost at 11,000 followers already. So we wanted to bring some cupcakes to celebrate, but we couldn't bring in any outside cupcakes into the Javits Center. So we decided to spend that money and buy 2 cupcake-shaped tins of Amazon gift cards that are $25. And so we're going to give each one to the first person. Well, we'll give one to each person that asks a question. So anyone? Yeah.
Can you talk about some trends in kids' glasses that you're seeing there?
Sure, and that's a great question. And I have a 7-year-old, so I have like a great litmus test in my own household. But we saw a lot of fun, like the glitter. We saw a ton of glitter for kids. Definitely really focused more on adult styling for kids. You know, it's not kind of that super kiddie look anymore. I think even my daughter, who's 7, you know, she loves, but she still likes really whimsical, and there's a lot of fun whimsical stuff out there. But I think that there is definitely more adult styling coming into play, but still a lot of kids' colors. We saw a lot of, for girls, we saw a lot of pinks, we saw a lot of blues and purples, and then for the boys, you know, kind of, you know, we're not seeing a lot of kind of black or tortoise or those kind of things. And we also saw a lot of performance frames being introduced for kids, you know, like the Oakley Youth Collection that just came out. That is super cool and has a really great look to it for optical for kids, and it has some nice performance features too at the same time. Okay, so you got the first cupcake. Okay, who wants the second cupcake? We gotta have a taker. There you go. I am happy to, you can either take a set if you want them, or if you give me your email, I will send you the PDF. And that's a great thing to have, right? Because then you just have it.
To address the windows with them and display an example.
Yes. Yes, so if you want to give me your email afterwards, and anybody that wants them, I'm happy to email you a PDF of the trend boards so you have them. So feel free to just come on up and we'll take your email down. So thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming.